What's up, F1 fans? Welcome to another video. The 2023 season coming to an end, there is already a lot of chatter and speculation around some major driver moves for 2024 and 2025. These transfers could shake up the grid dramatically, so let's break them down. As we know, new technical regulations are coming in 2026. Historically, we've seen drivers move teams in a year or two before new regulations to get settled in at their new home before adapting to the new cars. Given how much is changing with the 2026 Reds, we can expect some big transfers sooner rather than later. The first driver in a potential contract saga is Charles Leclerc at Ferrari. Leclerc's deal expires after 2024, though there are rumors Ferrari wants to tie him down long-term beforehand. However, Charles is smartly playing the waiting game to ensure Ferrari gets its act together operationally before committing. If they have another year of blunders, he may start taking calls from rival teams. His teammate Carlos Sainz also sees his contract run out post-2024. He seems happy at Ferrari, but noted he wants his future settled before 2025 testing begins. If talks stall, Audi could make a play for the Spanish driver, given his father's history with the brand. However, I expect both drivers to stick with Ferrari. The bigger question is if either would leave down the road if Ferrari's struggles continue. Outside of Ferrari, here are the other major potential transfers we see playing out. As we know, Leclerc's contract with Ferrari expires after 2024. Though the team wants to lock down their talented young driver for the long term, Charles seems to be strategically waiting to ensure Ferrari has its operational issues sorted before putting pen to paper. After the pit wall blunders and questionable calls that cost Leclerc dearly in 2022, who can blame him for wanting assurances? Charles came tantalizingly close to glory this past season, only to have it slip away due to factors outside his control. Understandably, he does not want to endure another year of squandered results in 2024 if systemic issues remain unaddressed. Ross Brawn and the new Ferrari team principal will need to right the ship. If next season brings more team errors and no championship challenge, Leclerc has every right to seriously weigh his options. Given his prodigious talent and volume of early career wins, virtually every major team would jump at the chance to sign Charles. Carlos Sainz. The man affectionately known as Smooth Operator finds himself facing an uncertain future as his Ferrari contract expires after 2024. Carlos has explicitly stated he wants his situation for 2025 decided before next season, which puts pressure on Ferrari's front office. If talks hit road bumps, could we see Sainz in another team's colors in 2 years? It's very possible. While clearly happy at Maranello now, Sainz also understands he's in the prime years of his career and doesn't want to languish if the team continues dropping the ball. Additionally, Audi's entrance into F1 looms large over the paddock. Thanks to his father, Carlos Sainz Sr.'s long affiliation with the German automaker at races like Dakar, you know Audi will make a massive push to bring the Sainz name into the fold. Pairing Spanish hero Carlos Sainz Jr. with the German power unit would be a dream marketing match. Audi will have the budget to vastly outspend Ferrari's offer if current contract talks veer off track. Lance Stroll. The controversial Canadian driver that so deeply divides F1 fans. On raw pace alone, Stroll likely wouldn't have a long-term seat in Formula One. However, his billionaire father Lawrence's ownership of Aston Martin essentially guarantees Lance stays as long as he desires. But there are rumblings that the constant criticism and scorn is taking an increasing toll on young Stroll. Perhaps the mental strain has contributed to mistakes on track as well. Some thought pairing Lance with the revered legend Sebastian Vettel would stem the raging PR tides against him. Yet animosity still festers in pockets of the F1 fan base. It's possible the weight could become too heavy for Lance and he steps away from driving duties voluntarily. Lawrence would surely keep his son embedded in the team off track. If Lance does make a surprise exit, expect a sweepstakes for the open Aston Martin seat. Young drivers like fellow Canadian protege Theo Pourchaire would love a chance in a car now expected to compete for podiums. Fernando Alonso. If Aston Martin does not show signs of progression next season, Alonso could depart the team and potentially retire from Formula One altogether. After achieving podium finishes in 2022, Alonso has reiterated his burning desire to compete for race wins and championships in the twilight of his career. He does not want to drive just for the sake of it. If Aston's performance and car development stagnate or drop off in 2023, Alonso will likely leave rather than staying for a team that cannot fight at the front. Retirement is a possibility that gets discussed more as Alonso ages. However, a return to IndyCar could also occur as Alonso still hopes to achieve the rare Triple Crown of Motorsports victories at Monaco, Le Mans, and the Indy 500. The new team owner Lawrence Stroll has essentially staked his personal legacy on pairing with the Spanish legend Alonso and achieving success. If Aston cannot substantially step forward next season, it could be damaging for Stroll's reputation as well. In conclusion, Alonso wants to be in championship contention. If Aston Martin cannot put him in that fight come 2023, expect dramatic changes, whether it's Alonso walking away to retirement or another racing series, or Stroll facing blowback if the team lacks pace for a second straight year. Nico Hülkenberg. If Sebastian Vettel goes through with retirement at the end of 2023, as he has hinted, there is a strong chance Hülkenberg could return to a full-time race seat with Aston Martin. Hülkenberg has shown he still possesses quality pace and racecraft during his fill-in drives for the team the last 2 seasons when needed. Despite lacking a full-time drive since 2019, Hülkenberg has made it clear he still harbors ambition for a racing comeback. Hülkenberg maintains a close friendship with Aston Martin owner Lawrence Stroll. If Stroll has a vacancy to fill, putting Hülkenberg back in one of his cars long-term would seem a comfortable decision. Given Vettel's strong indications that 2023 could be his final Formula One campaign, Hülkenberg looks primed to slot into the 4-time world champion seat come 2024 and 2025. It would be a remarkable story if Hülkenberg returns full-time and enjoys a late career renaissance with major results. The potential saga of Hülkenberg's return and resurgence with Aston Martin provides fans with an enticing storyline to follow in the grand theater of Formula One, where narratives are as important as lap times. The fate of Vettel's seat and the potential rise of Hülkenberg create a storyline that transcends mere competition, offering a human drama that captivates audiences and adds another layer of excitement to the world of motorsport as the 2023 season approaches. Alex Albon. Albon's future situation contains a lot of uncertainty. He has shown moments of standout talent, evidenced by strong runs with lesser Williams and Toro Rosso machinery the last few seasons. Yet Red Bull has repeatedly passed him over for seats in favor of other options. If Williams continues its resurgence under new ownership and leadership in 2023 and 2024, Albon could opt to stay put given the car's positive trajectory. However, if Mercedes or another front-running team has a vacancy, Albon could attempt to leverage his improved stock for one more shot with an elite team. Alex Albon currently does not have an obvious landing spot with a top team, making Williams likely his best championship contending option at the moment. Much depends on if Mercedes retains both Hamilton and Russell long-term, and if other squads like Aston Martin lose stars like Vettel to retirement and have vacancies to fill. As of now, Alex Albon lacks an obvious landing spot with a top team, making Williams the most likely contender for a championship contending option. The dynamics could change, though, depending on the decisions made by teams like Mercedes, particularly regarding the long-term retention of drivers like Hamilton and Russell. The potential vacancies arising from retirements, such as Vettel's potential departure from Aston Martin, further complicate the puzzle. In essence, Albon's undeniable talent positions him as a deserving candidate for seats with championship aspirations in the near future. The question remains whether the interested parties, including top teams seeking a driver with his skill set, will come calling. The anticipation builds, with Albon's name likely to surface in paddock rumors as the chess pieces of the Formula One driver market begin to move, setting the stage for potential major moves in 2024. Those are the major potential moves we see playing out over the next 2 seasons. Of course, not all of them will happen, but even 2 or 3 would shake up the status quo dramatically. What transfers do you want to see, or what other ideas did we miss? Let us know down below. Also, don't miss to like, share, and subscribe to the video to get the latest updates.